Exploring the dark side of ourselves has always been a fascinating subject in science fiction and fantasy. Alternate universes, mirror universes. To think there might be an evil version of ourselves in an alternate reality. The original series of Star Trek first expressed this in the episode Mirror Mirror. The episode made a huge mark in popular culture when it debuted on TV in 1967. The Mirror Universe was also explored in a number of episodes of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Enterprise, and Discovery. In the Star Trek Next Generation episode Yesterday's Enterprise, they explored alternate timelines which saw the Enterprise as a ship of war, rather than a ship of exploration and peace. After the ship went through a vortex, where time has been altered after a shift in the timeline, the character Guinan realizes that something is not right when she sees Tasha Yar alive, who in the normal timeline is supposed to be dead. Recent shows like Fringe and Buffy the Vampire Slayer also explored alternate worlds. The TV series Sliders explored the multi-universe theory, which shows there is an infinite number of alternate realities. The classic series Lost in Space explored an alternate mirror universe where there are evil versions of John Robinson, Major Don West, and the Robot. In one of the best episodes of Lost in Space, The Antimatter Man premiered on December the 27th of 1967 and was the 15th episode of the third season, which was the last season of the series. The series had gone from an imaginative space adventure to a campy, funny series throughout most of season 2 and 3, and was definitely not taken seriously when various storylines in episodes became just plain silly. However, no matter how silly the plot lines became, the series of Lost in Space had a certain charm about it, and the show, amongst the campiness and fun, did have some various hidden gems. The storylines in Season 2 and 3 usually revolved around Dr. Smith, Will Robinson, and the Robot, who took over as the central characters on the show, with the other actors playing background characters, who were rarely the main focus in each episode. Guy Williams, who played John Robinson, to me was a great actor who was underrated and underused, who was rarely given the chance to shine. The episode The Antimatter Man was a pivotal episode for Guy, and it gave him the chance to be the main focus in the episode. Not only Guy, but also Mark Goddard, who was also underused in his role of Major West. The Antimatter Man gave them the chance to play evil alternate versions of themselves. Goddard often calls this episode his favourite episode.
I liked The Antimatter Man, which really featured Guy more than it did me, but that was good. And I liked my character in it. It was a character that had a beard and a bad eye, and he was a bad guy at two sides. So Don West was good and bad in that one, and that was kind of fun to do. The Antimatter Man, yeah.
The episode featured great set design and costumes, along with some excellent direction by Sutton Rowley, who had worked on various TV shows dating back to the 1950s, as a director and sometimes as a writer, working on shows like Highway Patrol, Wagon Train, 77 Sunset Strip, Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, The Invaders, The Man from U.N.C.L.E., and other various episodes of Lost in Space, including One of Our Dogs is Missing, Wish Upon a Star, and The Oasis. The story of Antimatter Man is about the good and evil inside all of us, which is taken to a place that only science fiction can go. According to the book Lost in Space Forever in 1992, the original opening of the show would be scrapped in favour of the Shadow World beginning. The second Antimatter Man was originally not going to be a member of the Robinson crew, but they decided to have a bearded and scarred evil alternate version of Major West by the name of Drun. This episode, especially the crossover point in the story, was wonderfully shot and features by far the most amazing imagery of Lost in Space. Director Rowley had the trademark of shooting the actors walking towards the camera till their faces filled the screen. The special effects were done with models, sets, and camera tricks, which were done in a cheap but effective way, especially the lightning effects, along with the shadow effects in the shadow world with moving rocks, This was done by technicians pushing the rocks. These effects look amazing against a distant mountain backdrop. Rowley was a very innovative director for that time, constantly moving the camera using forced perspective. There was also a great use of glitter, coloured lights, using a lot of shadow effects and trick lenses, and was done very simply with a sheet of glass in front of the lens. The bridge to the antimatter world is covered in mist and surrounded by stars, and is wonderfully realised on camera. It is also great to see Guy Williams and Mark Goddard stepping out of their comfort zones, playing evil versions of themselves, and being the central actors for once, especially Guy, who didn't often get the chance to play different characters. It's really a shame Guy retired not long after the cancellation of Lost in Space. I felt there was so much more he could have done.
Oh, I loved the scenes with Guy, and they're far and few between. There's not a lot of them. They're nice. We had a couple of really nice shows together. The Antimatter Man in the 3rd season, and There Were Giants in the Earth in the 1st season. I loved working with Guy. We had a real happy relationship with each other. I didn't hang out with Guy. I didn't go to Guy's house. You know, Guy was a huge influence on me ever becoming an actor, even if he never realized how much that was true. It was immensely true. And I felt bad that Guy didn't have much to do. And I don't mean to say he didn't have things to do, but he didn't have much to do.
Character actor Fred Crone was uncredited in the role of the alien monster. The alien suit that he wears in The Antimatter Man was also seen in the other Irwin Allen production, Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, in the episode Doomsday Island. The Antimatter Man is by far the most exciting and dramatic episode of the 3rd season, and in my opinion, probably the best of the series. And to think, the show was written by 2 writers, Robert Hamner and Barney Slater, known for writing the more comedic episodes of the series, under the pseudonym of Casey Ellison. Why they chose to have a pseudonym and take their name off the credits, we'll never know. Barney Slater was actually actor Jonathan Harris's favourite writer of the series, mostly because he left dialogue spaces for Harris on the script, so he was able to ad-lib his own dialogue. My name's Jonathan. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and like what you see on my channel, please subscribe, and if you would like to become a patron on my Patreon, click on the link below.